Welcome back to this live session. Second live of the day for the invoice session after the previous one's successful completion. You're looking for another session here, and are we going to see a reversal on gold? I was looking at before this live session, there was significant rejection here, and this is what also I posted earlier analysis on gold, which looks like that the market potentially printing the same kind of candlestick pattern. And this is if you look at later today coming up FOMC meeting minutes, so that's definitely will have some impact in the market. At the moment, if you look at, I'm looking at this 1 hour price action where the market is in an important level. So that being said, here is what we are looking at in this market for the price to retest and then potentially to reject back again. Now looking at here in this market, that expecting the price to possibly to return to the support level. I'm looking at the bigger picture here. What we can see in this market, this price to potentially to have a very bigger drop here. The previous hourly candle was a significant rejection from this higher price. If we look at the daily, we can see the market from this daily high got that rejection back below. There is a possibility for a spike today. This is the daily support. That are you going to see a bigger drop here? This is what I'm looking at from the weekly as well. You can see there is a significant breakout, and currently the market is approaching the sessions and the daily low here in this market. That being said, what we can see, the market potentially to trend back down here to this key support level where the market is approaching that some of the important area of value. Now what we have seen, there was a potential head and shoulder formation. This is the price action that we can see here in that area, lower time frame. It is a possible reversal pattern, still not confirmed yet because the market is still can continue to rise back up again. But what we have seen that here, it is a reversal, potential reversal pattern here in that market. So if it is forming that reversal pattern, if we see the market is breaking back below here to that support level, that means even dropping further below. If we look at, if it is a reversal pattern, most likely, which we could see 4 hour time frame, you can see just a fresh new candle, we might see the market coming back to 4020 level. Are you ready for a potential break below here in this market? Possible that the market to drop down here for a change of trend. So to understand this change of trend, to be more predictable in that movement below, what we need here is a rejection from this higher price here on the lower time frame. Like to see the market is getting, because this is, you can see it bounce and drop. Now what we are looking at here, that the market to initially bounce again back above and then to return back below to this support level. And there is a fair value gap, and also there is a reversal pattern here, expecting the market to come back here to this support level. And I hope that you guys are ready for a potential trading day here, potential trading opportunity. Say yes in the live chat if you are here. Welcome. How many of you ready for an entry? We had a previous session, very successful entry, and would like to see this session as well, giving us the same possibility. Say yes if you are ready here. Welcome. Thank you. There's a breakup structure. Now we see that this is currently showing that potentially downtrend continuation, and this is the nearest key area of value, which is key support level. Looking at the 1 hour price action here, the market is possibly to break that potential low here. If the market is breaking that potential low, then we could see the price to trend in that direction, and you can see some kind of lower time frame price action showing up in this area. So if we look at the intraday high, this is the 1 hour resistance line that you can see in this market, and 30 minutes resistance, 15 minutes resistance, which is a key level of resistance here, expecting the market to potentially break that high and then to trend back down here to this support level. We'll be waiting for a possible liquidity sweep from this high, breaking that high, creating a potential head and shoulder is for us an opportunity to sell this market. The current immediate resistance zone that you can see is here. If the market really wants to go back down deeper here, we should be able to see that significant liquidity sweep from the top before it breaks down. Now, if the market breaks aggressively, then we will be taking a leap here for this drop back below, which we might see that potentially could come back because the price left a big fair value gap here and coming up FOMC. Are you with me? Do you think that gold is going to drop here today? Welcome. Let me start a poll here. What do you think? Gold is bullish or bearish? I've shared a poll. You can cast a vote to see that majority of them. What do you think on gold price today here in this market? Here's the liquidity sweep that you can see slowly the market showing up series of lower high. Now this is the current trend line on the 1 minute chart. Okay, so this is the current trend line, and what we are looking at here at the moment is this trend line to be retested and then to return again back below. So if the market breaks this trend line here, we will be placing a pending order for a possible return down here in that market for this potential bearish price action in this market. We are looking at here for this market to possibly crack that area here, which is very important level. This is where the market structure is slowly building that momentum here for a possible support break, and we see there was a bounce back to this key level, and the price again rejected back again from this high. 15 minutes price action again showing that the market potentially to break below in that area. So you can see slowly the market has broken that support after this initial break back to the upside. We saw there was a bounce here, and the market has managed to break that low. So currently it's moving in this channel, which is potentially to break below. What we are up to here, a break of trend line, and there is a fair value gap here, and from the trend line the price to again revert back below. Here is the support level that expecting gold to potentially bounce off that level, where it's a support that you can see. Support here, support here, support here, support here. Pretty important support, and would like to see the market to bouncing off that level, potentially to break that high, or we could see straight drop down. If the price is already, because it's already tested that high with one single move, which is without any pullback. This is a liquidity sweep here. That has in fact already, there is one here, there is one here, back to back two liquidity sweep has given this market momentum for drop. But having one more, breaking all this high will be a very important level that you can look for entry back below. If the market not going there, instead before reaching that high, the price start to drop back below, we are looking at entry along the way back below in that area. I hope that you guys enjoying the live session. Make sure you like this stream and also subscribe to the channel. If you haven't done yet, press the notification bell so that you are not missing any of the content that I am posting every day. Looking at here, the market started to break below here. The possibility for a downtrend is higher now. We are looking at that market to possibly to have a deeper pullback. You guys have seen our previous sessions trade was a big one that we have opened from this level. Exactly, the market has shown significant bullish pattern here, that the trade was successfully closed here in that area, and now it's again coming back down to the direction of the trend. Looking at this market to potentially turn down back below. Here's the market showing up for this possible support break, and it's now, if you look at from this high, this is the 15 minutes resistance line. From that level the price slowly dropping down here, breaking that support level potentially to come back further below to create a new lower low. This is the lower time frame price action where the market is showing up that possibility to trend down, and here is, this is a complete void here. So if you look at, it's a pure fair value gap, so you could see that the market to trend back below without any stronger support. The market may potentially continue to trend back here. So there is a, as we discussed, there is a initial bounce here, which is a bounce back to the upside to this 15 minutes level. This year I will be looking for entry as soon as we see that. Ready for an entry. I'm potentially looking for an entry, waiting for a breakup structure here. And we see this is the breakup structure on gold and coming up here on the lower time frame. And it's on a trend line that we discussed that in this live session, waiting for that break above. We might be able to sell very soon. 15 minutes price action going up to create a new high, and we will be preparing for a sell. Now I will be placing 60 pip stop loss here for a sell entry nearly to 60 pip, and we'll keep the TP target well below here. There is a possibility to drop. So I'm opening a sell on gold. So place the TP at here. I placed an entry on gold which I have sold by market with proper risk management, of course. Open sell on gold for this possible downside momentum. We can see that there is a breakup trend line as we discussed, and with that rejection, in fact the market has hit that key level. Here I am looking for this market to potentially report again back below to the major direction of the trend. We might see further upside, which is very usual to see that. If that's the case, that will happen. But at the moment we can see there is a breakup structure, and it's showing a pattern for potential downtrend in that area. So looking to see if the market is breaking below here to this key support level. And it's a long-term bull market, and we see the price potentially breaking back below here. The price just tested this 1 hour level, 1 hour resistance, and from here expecting rejection. There is a 15 minutes candle close as well coming. So if this is dropping back deep below, getting a stronger rejection from this higher price, we could see this market to possibly to return back well below here. We had a bigger profit target, because what I think, if the market breaks down from this level, we might see that stronger drop back below, as there is a very interesting head and shoulder pattern formation here, which if that plays out, we could see the market to straight come back below this support level here, which is the previous support level in that area. So we are at near entry, and we get to see some guiding rejection from the higher price here in that market, and wanting to see the price to show up that downside momentum in that area. The rest we have to leave it on the market. We have done the risk management, we have opened the position based on that, and you guys ready? So you are running some profit. Say yes if you are running this trade with me in the live chat. And also like the stream if you like this. So trend now bearish today, the bearish special. Welcome. Okay, so anyone, make sure guys you do proper risk management. As I mentioned, the market may still drop but could grab massive liquidity before it drops, so it just may go up to our stop loss and can continue to drop, or you could see the price to continue to drop to our profit target. Now our goal here is to keep the risk low so that we can keep trading with management. So here is a doji from the 5-minute chart, form a pretty long doji here. Now if this doji is getting liquidity sweep here, we could see the downside momentum here in this market. We see already there's a long wick candle has formed here in that area. Here is little interesting price action. You see 15 minutes closed with a long doji here, and this is a bull market. Now we started a potential early trend trade here. Now if the market trend changes here in that area, we would see the price to show up that pattern back below, and from the 1 hour we can see the price is at this level where there is a 1 hour potentially a doji being formed. And this 1 hour candle, if you look at after the previous hourly big drop here, is potentially forming a red doji. So far it's red. So if this 1 hour high is not being able to break, okay, we might see that the market to drop back below 4020 level, and even beyond below is possible here. though we see some structure formation here, and if this structure is a pure liquidity grab, that means liquidity sweep, we could see the market to trend in that direction again, coming back here. Now looking at this 5-minute candle, guys, you can see that there's another 5-minute candle. Now if this one is not being able to break that high, that means if this 5-minute candle not being able to break and close above to 403738 level, chances for dropping is also higher, because that means this level is holding because it's the previous resistance line, and the price not being able to break that high means that the sellers are stronger here from that level and could bring the next move back below here to the downside here to create a new lower low in this market. We see some rejection. I had some previous trade that I had to resolve. So we see some rejection here, and that is we are on the spot running on. We are running the trade and nearing to our profit area now at the moment. Right. So we see that, as you mentioned, price is showing up to be potentially bearish here in that market. The possibility for a downside here is higher. This is what we are looking at. The 5-minute candle close with a big narrower doji, and this level is holding. So you see that the bulls couldn't break that high. Instead, it formed a doji here, which is a liquidity sweep from this level. And we're getting some rejection here on the lower time frame. The market structure showing up to be in our favor so far, depending on how the market is trying to build that momentum. Are you guys with me? We are running some profit here. Would like to take it to the next level. We are on the spot so far, and if the candle is creating long wick here and not being able to break that high, the possibility to break low also is higher, and we are looking forward to it to see the market being able to break that low. some OS here, the market forming a long week candle, and that's where we can see the market is showing up that pattern. Trying to break that high, and from the 1 hour candle close coming up, which is also showing that potentially from the 1 hour we can see that it's possibly closing as a doji, and I think the possibility for this price to break below is still higher. That being said, looking at the 1 hour 1 minute chart, if this bounce is not being a new uptrend, we might see that downtrend depending on how the market structure is closing in this area. Sometimes the market structure form this kind of price action, which is, I would say, that pretty unpredictable and complex price action when you see this kind. So this kind of price action is sometimes difficult to predict, either to break above or break below. Now we are looking at the multiple time frame for this potential prediction, as we could be wrong at any point. We could see the market has gone a lot to the upside, which is very normal to see in trading. But if you look at the 1 hour, here we can see the market from the 1 hour time frame is candle closing. The possibility to get a rejection back below is higher on the lower time frame. So depending on how this candle, now if this 1 hour candle closing as a red candle, either as a doji or little back below, we still could see that a downside move back in this market, as it's a bull market getting some rejection from the higher price. Now this is the previous swing high here on gold. This is where the previous resistance line. The price may have another retest on this lower time frame as the price is approaching that resistance line again. Looking for a potential reversal. We see some upside here. We're on the trade and waiting for potential rejection back below to this key support level. A little wider stop loss in this area, and there's a 1 hour candle close, and if we look at the 1 hour price action, we can see it closed with a 1 hour pin bar here, and which is a green pin bar. The unusual price action on the 1 hour, and some uptrending move in that area on this lower time frame, and I'm not very confident for bigger bullish move. So you see some upside here on the 1 hour closed as a pin bar, but there is a rejection from this level here. So from the 1 hour candle close, there is a bounce in that area, which is we are looking at this market structure. We can see from the 1 hour, at any point we could see potential rejection, that we are going to see the price already has broken out of that resistance line, and reach that key level. We reach there, we have to let that go, and we will be waiting for the next entry. Still on the trade. It's a pretty big move back to the upside. Okay, we might see that possible further bounce we are looking at here at the moment, and so we are out with this trade on gold, and it has a complete breakout, very complex price action, and now we might see the price is potentially going up to hit that key level, potentially going to hit that key resistance line. From the 4 hour, if we look at, we might be able to see the price to reach that previous session's high, and this is where we might see that the price to form a double top or any kind of rejection, and then possibly to again return back. 4 hour resistance is here. We will be re-entering once we see the market has shown enough rejection from this higher price. Now at this time the price is still, this is a very unusual break above from this support level, which is possibly to completely break this high, and from that level there is a possibility for another break below, because if you look at the 4 hour, you can see that it's a long wick candle. And if the market is testing that high and then getting the rejection back below, we can look for another entry. So it has broken back above, but at the same time it's approaching this liquidity zone, which is a complete bounce back to the upside here. Crossover of 10 and 20 MA on the lower time frame. It's a key level that the market has reached on the lower time frame now, and that is where it's bouncing off that level. So can easily come back below again from that key level, as create a significantly bullish market structure here in that area. With a double top, the price slowly breaking that low here with a significant break below, and Here is the 30 minutes price action as well, that you can see the market has maintained bullish market structure. From the 4-hour perspective, it's maintaining that market structure where we're getting some rejection back below here on the lower time frame. 15 minutes closed, and okay, that's a significant breakup structure. Okay, so if this breakup structure that you can see on gold is showing up back below, and are you going to see further trend continuation? You see there is a breakup structure here, and we may be able to enter again once we see the price has shown up that possible pattern, because if as this market is showing up that possibility to be bullish with this breakup structure, we have seen there is a breakup structure, green candle formation here, and then potentially to return again in the direction of the trend. This is the recent high. This is a big bullish pin bar for being formed, and So here is we can see the market potentially creating bullish price action in this area, where the 15 minutes candlestick pattern that you can see, it's a pretty long bullish doji formation that you can see on the lower time frame, and that market structure is significantly bullish, and we are looking at in this price action to possibly open buy very soon. It's very weird that carrying rejection again. So on a support level here, now from this support, are you going to see with this break of structure trend continuation? the 5 minutes price action, and very unusual price action. It completely broken from the high, and so double rejection showing up that so you see there is a significant break below here from this 5 minute chart that you can see it's a complete one single break below to this support level. And now if we look at the 4-hour chart, that you can see it's a significant drop, and what you can expect here from the 1-hour chart as well, you can see there's a pin bar in that area. So looking to see the market to again bounce off that level, as 5 minute chart potentially closing as a long wick doji. You will be looking for an entry, as this is a support level here. Looking for an entry from this support, keeping stop loss below this swing low here for to around 66 pips stop loss, taking the TP target to this resistance line with little higher risk for this market to give us that potential bounce back to the upside. I am long on gold from this level, waiting for the price to potentially go ahead and hit that resistance line to this longer term direction of the trend. So from the 5 minutes we can see a bullish rejection here which is expecting it to rebut again back to the upside, and I am long on this trade, waiting for the market to possibly to reject back to the upside. Here, as you can see, the market slowly trying to create this market structure where we are long on this area and expecting it to possibly to trend back again to retest that high, where the lower time frame price action it's a series of high and low here, and market volatility dropped here for potentially some time. This is the 5 minutes price action where Okay, so here we see the price to potentially reverse, that you can see from the high, and so finally the market structure has created that pattern that we expected. This is a break of support where price has tested the support here and now potentially getting rejected, or we could see the trend continuation. Possibly preparing for this is on the support level now, and pretty lower time frame support the price has reached. If you look at the 1 hour chart here, that you can see the price has tested this significantly important support and possibly to have a pullback here. Okay, so waiting for a possible range in that area where I'm still running the previous trade on. It's entirely broken out of the structure, and we could see the market to possibly to trend here back above. If this is a liquidity sweep here, we could see the market to continue to trend back to the upside here. A lower time frame price action, we can see a liquidity candlestick pattern formation here where the price to possibly continue to rise back up to another key level. Where the price can make easily a possible bounce back to the upside, as there is a potential reversal pattern. The price has broken that key support level. we see that it has broken this order block below. Potentially we can expect it to bounce back to the previous order block. If we look at the lower time frame, we can see there is a significant movement in the past back below. And the market in our just entered our profit area, the previous entry. So as soon as we see the market has gained significant profit, move back to the upside, we will be closing the position with this one. So I'd like to secure here at least to 40 pip to 50 pip so that we can stay break even. And which is currently in a bullish move. Looking for here for a potential upside move in that market. So you see that there is a liquidity soup on the lower time frame. The price is here, potentially there is a break of structure and again breaking back below in that market where there is a high liquidity. This is an inverted head and shoulder formation here in this area that you can see. So looking at 5 minutes here, that you can see there is a bearish price action in that area. So are you going to see further breakout or continuation back build? Let's wait to see what kind of market structure it is building up on the lower time frame in that area here. And for us, our previous entry is nearly there. Getting some upside here to the previous level, that we can see some bounce of this area, expecting it to bounce back here to this key level. And if we look at this market structure with this inverted head and shoulder, the price to continue to rise back. This is the 1 hour price action where back to back 3 sessions the market has created a bullish bounce here. So looking forward to see the price is potentially breaking above here to create another new higher high. So this is 1 hour candle closing as a interesting doji, and which is a complete bullish doji. We're looking to see here an inverted head and shoulder has formed, and there is a fair value gap. Are you going to see with the candle close moving up here for another creating a new higher high, to see that the market structure is in fact showing up to be bullish? And you're running in good, entered into good profit area at the moment, and which is for me quite a few pip profit running. We'll wait for that market to possibly to revert back up further before we take the profit out. I'm running in yet, and running in good profit, and I'm taking profit right now with the running profit here nearly to from our entry to 38 pip. Market can continue to rise potentially back above to this key level, and okay, getting up, which is we might be able to find a very soon another entry with that move back to the upside. Waiting for this breakup high here, which could lead the market potentially to break that previous high. Okay, so here the market almost reached that intraday resistance line. So if you look at the 1 hour chart, you can see the price almost reached that resistance line. And what are you going to see? That the price to, this is the 4 hour chart, the market to drop back again to that support level or to create a new higher high. The possibility that the market to drop back down again is, I think, from overextension is higher, as it is a complete one single move back to the upside. The key here is to trade with the risk management and then waiting for the market to show up. As coming up, we could see very important high impact news coming tomorrow and also later today. Let's wait to see where the price is possibility heading again. Now you can see from here it's bounced off that level. Did you enter again? Mic sound low. What about Gbpjpy, everyone? Thank you very much. Hold full TP, that is my break even. You were on that, and this is if you look at the 30 minutes, big long doji, which has eventually pushed that price back to the upside here. That you can see it's maintaining that uptrending market structure, and we could see the price to continue to rise here in that direction. So which is showing that the price potentially to make its move back to the upside, where created a new higher high. The market is very unusual. You can see after this kind of break, in most cases you see the price to reverse. It's a reversal pattern, but what happened, the market has again rejected back above, and after this break of structure, which is showing that the market may remain bullish for longer term picture, or breaking that high, creating a new higher high, and then to drop again with the FOMC meeting minutes coming later today. From this same key level, getting some reaction back. It's still bullish. We still could see that continuation back in the direction of the trend. And it's a very interesting move that we have seen here so far. getting reaction back above, and which is showing that the market just crossing that 4-hour resistance line, which is in an uptrend here. So the possibility for after a break below again, there's a big pin bar from this 4-hour retest, and the market trend is significantly bullish, so you could see that continuation back in that area in this market. So if the price breaks from the structure, we can look for entry again here in this market. As FOMC meeting minutes coming, the market is pretty volatile, which is good to see that the price is showing up. And getting reaction from that level, and with that being said, we will be waiting for further entry. We had an early trade and now looking for another entry as the price has just crossed that high with this doji. We might see another possible retest of this support level here. Now to open a sell is very difficult to trade against the trend. If the market reverse with a stronger reversal pattern, that's where we are looking for sell in this market. If it is forming this is forming an head and shoulder, we could see that this market to ultimately drop down here to this key support level. It's slowly breaking from the structure, and it might now possibly to trend down here well below to this support level, and that is where the market is breaking back below. That is where you can see the price is coming down here to this key support level and waiting for the price to potentially to if this is a new higher high, you can see that we could see the price to again come back here to this support level. Still the market didn't change the trend. Once we see the change of trend, we can look for an entry, though it is a long-term bull market. We'll take 1 minute break coming up. All right, so you can see there is a rejection back from that high, from this high, and the market has rejected back from this high here, which is pretty interesting price action that you can see. And that move back down, that you can see the market is currently showing up. Gold currently breaking below here on that zone. From the 5-minute chart, you can see the price is approaching this lower time frame support. From the 1 hour, you can see the price is on the 1 hour support. 30 minutes price action as well, which is a big long wick doji. Coming to an order block on the lower time frame, we see 30 minutes candle closed. Straight drop back down again from this high. This is very interesting price action is being formed here, and it's approaching that key support level. The market is on the order block, and from this order block we could see that this market to have a potential rejection back. From the 1 hour perspective, we can see that this is where there is a stronger rejection from the top. The price is approaching this support level where the previous session's low. 4 hour perspective here, that you can see the market candle closing in few minutes. We can see that from the 4 hour chart that the market has tested this support multiple times. This is where you are looking to see that this market to potentially, if you look at here, you can see it's on a support level. And from the 1 hour, that you can see the price tested this previous support low. And 5 minutes, it's a complete break below from the lower time frame here. And it's getting some reaction back above. Getting reaction from this support, which is possibly to bounce off this level. $10 EMA from the 1 hour, and potentially for an opportunity to go short-term buy. Let's see that first of all price action, how the market is evolving. Again, another double bottom here. Would like to confirmation of trend change. Here we might see the trend change or break below, possibly. Dollar yen, yes, we're looking at. And the market structure now changes. You can see there is a significant change in the market sentiment coming over and over again. Okay, so it has overextended back below. Now, are you going to see a rejection now from this support level again back above? We are looking at to see if that is what the market is going to do. And looking at the 1 minute chart, that you can see the price, it's in a downtrend yet. Here in that area, would like to see it's changing its trend back to the uptrend. And once the market change its downtrend to an uptrend on a retest of the order block, we can look for entry opportunity here in this market. So 4 hour candle close in just a matter of 20 minutes, and you can see the price is approaching that level on the lower time frame. Now once the market will change its trend from this, like this one, creating an order block, and then it's gonna come back for another retest. When the market create a reversal, breakout, pullback, will create an order block, and that is where we can look for entry to the upside for an early rise in the trend. Potentially it's gonna create an order block here, and each time you see that whenever it retests the order block, the price bounce back to the upside. Retest the order block, bounce back to the upside. Retest the order block, it couldn't bounce. Retest the order block, breakout. So here it is still maintaining downtrend. If the market now preparing for an upside here with an order block, so we will be looking for that possible entry to the upside. Okay, so you see this is where the market has tested the 10 EMA from the 1 hour, which is pretty long candle, and that's a massive amount of liquidity from this key support level. And looking at now a drop here for retest of this order block. This is what we're looking at. If the market is having that reversal, that's where we'll see the market create an order block and then to revert again back to the upside. Okay, it's creating a potential order block, and that's where I'm going to open buy from that level, going long, stop loss below all this low here, so which will be nearly to 76 pip stop loss, and nearly to 76 pip stop loss, taking profit target to this order block, which is nearly to the upside here, and so on a key support level, waiting for a rejection back above here, and getting reaction back above here for from this order block. This is an order block here again, approaching that zone, that from here, which is showing up the market to potentially return back up. So here, this is where the market showing up that potentially bounce back to this from this level, and this is a buy opportunity, as the market has tested multiple times from a double bottom, and I'm going here for this upside move on gold. So you can buy here on gold, as this market is showing up for potentially bullish trend continuation again. Here is from the long-term picture. You're on the buy side, running in some profit here. So I'm long on gold, expecting it to bounce back up here, as we see the price already start to appreciate from the level we have opened, and as this is a long-term bull market, wanting to see the price to go ahead and hit that level, which is a long-term bullish market. From the 1 hour perspective, we can see the price has tested the lower shadow, and which is again moving to the major direction of the trend, which is a long-term uptrending market structure. With an order block creation that we discussed in our previous session, that means smart money has placed order from that area, And because smart money has placed the order, we are looking to see that this market to potentially to trend in that direction, because the smart money has placed the order here. Still bullish? No, it's still bearish. No, I'm bullish now as the market. You see, this is a ranging market in one way. It's a bigger range, but it's a ranging market. So in this kind of market, the only way that we can look for to trade is to find the high probability zone and then trading based on that. Right? So say yes if you are running this trade with me in the live chat. We are running that trade and expecting it to bounce off further back above, which is showing that as the market has overextended back below to this key support level, expecting it to bounce back again to the upside here. Quite a few trades in a row, and say yes in the live chat, guys, if you are running this trade with me. We are together running it. Welcome, thank you. Pushing back to the upside here from that level, which is an uptrending market structure at the moment. So the range, we have seen a break below straight from this high, from this top point to this bottom point without forming any kind of green candle. If you look at here, that means there wasn't enough pullback, and possibility for the market to trend back up is higher because it didn't do any proper pullback in this market. Maintaining that uptrend, and would like to see that it's crossing back again from the 1 hour close coming in 4 minutes. From the 1 hour time frame, it is another. If you look at that, the market has crossed that high, crossed that low, but if you look at the lower shadow, pretty deep and closing potentially above in the last 4 minutes is important to see. And now this is another this 1 hour candle is another liquidity sweep here to the order block. As you can see, with this liquidity sweep, the market has made its move back again upside in this instrument. And that is why looking to see the market to trend now. And we are on the trade. Once the price managed to break this high here, we can move our stop loss just below this low to reduce the risk. But we will keep running it for bigger profit target. So 1 hour order block has been tested. So the market created an order block, retested, now expecting trend continuation here. Very simple way to trade. The only thing that you need to make sure you do the risk management and do the lot sizing. How easy can be a strategy if you know that how to trade it proper in the right direction. And is the market showing up to potentially bounce off that level in the major direction of the trend? Crossing that high, creating a new higher high. And that's what we need to see the market is trending. Moving back up to the major direction of the trend, and we are on it. So this is what we need to see, that guys, this is what I discussed previously as well. We need to see the second break. So the first break here, form an order block, and you need to see the second break. This break is where the entry, this is where the smart money entry. Okay, if you wanna trade like a smart money, that is where the entry criteria. Very simple way, and the most important part of becoming a trader is to know that exactly when to find your entry, right? Everyone can open a position, can find out, but very few can find. Very few can find the entry, correct entry criteria. That's what you're looking at in this market. Welcome, and if you look at the market structure here on this lower time frame, is currently showing up to be bullish. Going up, I'm still holding on to that for bigger profit target, which is pretty big move coming up. And showing up, it's going up, and let it go up. We might see that further continuation back above. That's a massive one, nearly to hitting that to 80 pip running. We could see that eventually going back up here. Might close very soon. I'm still holding on to that. Still probability for another bounce back to the upside here. Going up, let it go up here. There's a fair value gap, still possibility to have another bounce back to the upside. All right, nearly there. And I'm going to take profit right now. Massive one, isn't it? I've taken the profit. This is another big one, nearly to 85 pip profit take now. I've also shared the same trade in the premium group. Say yes if you have opened this position and secure profit with me. Say yes in the live chat. I would like to know. Yes, thank you. First time trading with you. Welcome everyone here. First time or you're trading for a long time. That's gonna be big move coming up. All right, so this is where you're looking at in this market. That's a massive one. Now it's simple, okay, not difficult. The only thing that you need to know that you see that this is where the order block, right? This is where the order block, and this is what I was telling, that when the market form that order block and you prepare for that market to go up in your favor. And now catching a big move is big deal. That's where the profitability, that's where you become a consistently profitable trader. Welcome. That's good to hear that you guys have taken profit. Now it's a long session, don't worry. Coming up later today, FOMC meeting minutes, the market will remain volatile, and tomorrow we will be trading on NY session. London session I'm not coming on, but NY session is coming out. I need to scale up tomorrow, guys. Unemployment claims, are you ready for that? And then followed by NFP on Friday. Come on, NFP schedule change again? I don't see no schedule coming up. It was on Friday, right? Now it's went to the unemployment rate and unemployment change. Okay, so that might be gone back to again next week. So every week this changing, it's due to the shutdown. There's no consistency in it, what we can do. But what at the moment we have is as the market tomorrow coming up, tentative unemployment claims and employment change, we will be trading that one as well. That being said, traders, it is an amazing day trading all of you together. Let's keep trading every single day like this with proper risk management. If you haven't watched some of the analysis that I posted earlier, also don't miss out that one here coming up later. That being said, thank you for joining here. I'll see you again very soon trading live. Until that, stay well, stay happy.